talk about the NFC East right now.
Yeah.
What's your hot take?
Yeah. I mean, the take is like, I think next year they're going to go from this all-time shitty division to a very good division. Like Giants, very bright future. Washington, very bright future, assuming I think they'll have to change the quarterback to like really get to the next level, and I think they will. And even with Alex Smith, I think if they had a full year of like how Alex Smith's playing now, they probably could have scratched out like 9 wins maybe. And then Dallas, they'll be back. Prescott will be back. And I think the Eagles are fucked. But that's three teams that I think could make the playoffs next year, coming from a like a year removed from no teams being able to make the
Dude,
playoffs, basically.
coming from a year where in the wild card commercial, your division isn't even showed.
Yeah, like you are
That
not one team is in the hunt.
Yeah, there was a wild card commercial, and there was like the Packers, the Seahawks, like Raiders, like these teams, and I
Oh
was like,
yeah.
looking, not one NFC East team was in it, just because like it's the winners in the playoffs, not even a sniff of the wild card. Who knows, dude? We were talking about it last week on Monday that the Giants have to go through like Seattle, Arizona, Cleveland, and like you got to win 2-3 games. If you win three, if you get 7 wins, you're automatically in. And then you have the Giants knocking off the Seahawks and the Washington football team knocking off Pittsburgh, both teams ahead of schedule already somehow.
Yeah.
Could one of them, and if they both went out, you got 2 9-7 teams.
Yeah.
You're looking at a team that could make a wild card.
Yeah, I really think that. I don't think, and I don't think we're getting two NFC East teams. That would be quite the bet.
Imagine
Like if you
no,
could bet on it, I 100% would.
imagine
Like
you go from getting absolutely shit on the NFC East, and you get end up two
playing
teams in
two
the playoffs.
teams. Yeah, I think.
Get
Do
the
they play
playoff
each other?
predictor going.
I
No,
don't
they
think they
don't.
play each other.
Dude, the
Yeah.
Giants play Arizona, Cleveland, Baltimore, Dallas, and then the football
Okay.
team plays San Fran, Seattle, Carolina, Philly. Both have just like one really tough game. Both have one
Yeah.
really tough game.
And then
Besides that, you could look at two eight
they
and eight
both
teams.
went out. Yeah, that would be crazy if they both go 8-8 and get in. I mean, that last playoff spot in the NFC is kind of up for grabs. It's a 6-6 team right now, so I guess they're only one game removed. So I guess it really could happen.
Like
I guess
these two teams are on what we call the cusp. But as like we shouldn't like call the cusp, we should just overhype them and call them scary. This is a
yeah, no,
scary
you don't
division now.
listen. You don't want to play. It was always talked about like you want that 5 seed in the playoffs, so you play the NFC East. Like I don't want the fucking 5 seed now.
No, Colt McCoy
Like
out here winning games.
Colt McCoy, and he threw compliments Daniel Jones' way. He's like, the Giants are really lucky to have Daniel Jones. Oh, Colt McCoy. I mean, that guy, he's always due for just like one holy
Yeah.
shit performance every year.
Didn't he do it for the football team last year, 2 years ago, whatever it was?
The year Dak Prescott's rookie year, no, not even. It was way before that. It was Monday night game. The one of the years Cowboys were good in my life. They were like 11-1, and Colt McCoy just flamed them on fucking Monday night in prime time.
Colt. What a guy. He was so good.
Yeah, great
Hate to see
name.
it.
Texas football player,
That is a
just
great
like
name.
Colt McCoy.
Yeah, but yeah. So I mean, if we stick with the Washington football team beating the Steelers tonight, that game mid studying for finals, mid taking a final, I believe, get
Oh
the
wow.
alert, and it was just like the Washington football team has handed the Steelers their first loss.
Yeah,
And
you'll read that twice.
the big story, the big takeaway is that Alex Smith won the battle of the comeback player of the year.
Yeah,
And like
yeah. No, he's got that
I've been
locked up
on
now.
this. We've been talking about it. I've been bringing it up each podcast. He's got it locked up. He only threw for one touchdown. He had a QBR of under 50. Still have no idea what a QBR is. But like the thing that matters is the win, and he got it.
Yeah, and his foot just like randomly started bleeding, and they showed it. And
Are
you're
you
just like,
serious?
yeah, they showed his foot just like gushing with blood, and you're just like, oh, like I guess his injured leg just like stopped working, but it was actually his other leg, so it just got cut somehow. But yeah, he played okay. I mean, it's just classic game manager Alex Smith. Like we've seen it everywhere he goes. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes, doesn't really wow you, but in a game like this, he didn't have to, just did his job. But on the other side, if you want to talk about the Steelers, I think they're actually now, despite being 11-0, I think they've
11-1.
transcended to yeah. I think they've transcended to being underrated now because everyone's just shitting on them. I saw
You think they're
Colin.
underrated?
I think they're because everyone was saying they're the worst 11-0 team of all time, which I
We
probably
both
true.
said.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably true. But now everyone's like, oh, like they don't have any chance. They're not like, I think Mike Tomlin teams always play down to the competition. They're never like this dominant force. They're always due for a few clunkers a year. They've had a weird schedule lately with COVID and playing some weird games. And then I think next week they'll be coming off a loss, playing a Bills game in which a lot of people are going to doubt them. And I think they're just going to come out and kick the shit out of the Bills. So personally, I'm buying Steelers stock after the loss.
You've been on Steelers since before week 1, but you
Yeah.
really, after seeing Buffalo and Josh Allen just cook tonight, you think that it's just they're gonna blow them out?
No, I mean blowout, but I think they'll win the game. And I think I don't know what the spread is. I could probably check and find it, but I think they'll win the game, probably cover the spread. I think, I think the Steelers, I don't think they can beat the Chiefs, but I still think they're the second best team in the AFC.
I think, I mean, I would agree, but I think in the polls and like the bigger NFL picture, there's been some separation, and I feel like it's kind of been trending that way. Like they haven't been playing like the number 2 team in the league, even though they've had the best record. But like now, I feel like the top teams, and there hasn't been much debate about them. So like I top 4 teams would go Chiefs 11-1. I feel like outright number 1 for everyone right now. Saints at 10-2, 8-0 past 2 years without Drew Brees. 3 Packers 9-3. Aaron Rodgers just a beast. He looks so relaxed right now to the point where they're such a dangerous team. And you have Aaron Jones busting out a 77-yard run the other day. So they're scary. Like,
Shit.
I'll go back to Aaron Rodgers later, maybe, but he just looks so unbelievably relaxed. And like the game is too easy for him. And then at 4, you'd put you can't really put anyone else above the Steelers, except for maybe make a case for Buffalo. I mean,
Make a
not
case for the
really. We
Browns
won't
too.
say it. You could make a we'll talk about the Browns in a second, but
The Browns and Buffalo played. I feel like that game happened, but it didn't. It didn't happen.
I don't think
Not
it did
happen.
it.
I feel like it should have happened, but I don't. It didn't happen.
It definitely won't happen the rest of the year. But
No, maybe the
yeah. So
playoffs.
I don't know if the Browns are there yet. Just basically, I feel like the Browns and Steelers have played the shittiest schedules possible, and then
I mean, yeah, but the Browns just had like a quality win, so that's
the
why I
Browns. No,
think
no,
they
like the
are
Browns
there.
did just get a quality win, and the Steelers just lost to a quality opponent in the NFC East in the
Yeah,
Washington football
sure.
team, more than
Beast.
quality. But
Yeah.
yeah. So top teams: Chiefs, Saints, Packers, Steelers, and then you might throw a name in there with Buffalo or the Browns. But yeah, if you want to keep talking about the Browns, Baker Mayfield, 4 touchdowns, 282 yards, 0 interceptions, all in the first half.
Yeah, I think the Browns, like, if they have a lead, they can beat anybody. If they like jump on you like they did today, because then they'll just run the ball with Chubb and Kareem Hunt and just wine clock. They have a defense that's not gonna their, defense is good. They won't get gashed. So like if they hop out to a 1 or 2 score lead early in the game, I think it's really hard to come back on them. But I think they're also a team where it's like if they go down, like they're in trouble. Like I still Baker Mayfield played well, but I don't know, like still if you're down 10 in the fourth quarter, like and the defense knows you have to throw the ball, I still don't know if he's your guy.
Yeah, no, you can't like put the game on the line, Baker. Like you can't put Baker on that yet. But like I feel like I mean, if, if you throw for he was on pace for I mean like obviously we're gonna do that, but if you throw for 4 touchdowns, 282 yards in the first half, you obviously seem to be making turns. And then what was that? Was it Max Kellerman did that on first take today? I think went on first take, not went on. He talked about on first take was how he's like maturing off the field and like growing as a football player. When like I guess it's like pretty true. Like you see Baker Mayfield out there and he's kind of just like slowly turning into like a legit quarterback. So like now I don't know. Like you can put more faith into Baker Mayfield going down 10 points to get you a win. Not total faith, like, oh, it's like Patrick Mahomes, 20 seconds left on the clock. Like this is too much time. You're giving the win. But it's like, okay, Browns are down, but they're not out yet.
Yeah, and I'm also a big fan of, when they have like a big play, he does that like high step run down the field.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Dude, I like that too. Like when baseball players will do that going into second base. Like that's just a cool run.
Yeah, no, you did that like you succeeded athletically.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, for sure. But if you the Browns 9-3 secured a playoff spot, I believe. I think they got the wild card pot, not secured yet, but we might be seeing like a Buffalo Browns matchup first
That's
round,
fun.
which would be crazy. But it's not over yet. We still have 4 weeks in the NFL. The Browns could make a late push in these final 4 weeks for the lead in their division.
They
If
definitely
you got
could if the
if you
Steelers
got
like they play the Steelers, so
they do play the Steelers, you have a first half Baker Mayfield MVP. First half Baker Mayfield MVP. And I'm the opposite of you. I am not hot on the Steelers. I haven't been, and now I'm just like, okay, now the Steelers are going 11-0. They could finish with 3 or 4 losses. Not they won't finish with 4, but they can finish with 3 losses in my book. But you have the Steelers at Buffalo, at Cincy, which is a win, home against Indy, home against Cleveland, and then you have the Browns, home against Baltimore, at Giants, at Jets, at Pittsburgh. So that final week could be for the division.
yeah, it definitely could be. It would probably be a weird tiebreaker thing because I'd imagine I think they'd probably have like if Cleveland won, I think their records would be tied. I think that's
Yeah.
how that would end up playing out. But I think the Baltimore game's going to be interesting because like it's a division game. Kind of like the same thing with the Titans, but like if they beat like two quality teams with 2 weeks in a row, then I think like they start to get really scary.
Do how many wins do the Jaguars have?
One,
One.
yeah,
So if the Jaguars win a second game coming up, that game for the Browns at the Jets, where the Jets can literally win and still be the worst team in the league, could be one to watch. They could be 0-14 going into that
just
game,
go all out.
and then the Jets might just the Browns could just have a terrible off game, just sleep
Hmm.
on the Jets completely, and then Jets come out and they do like they did against the Raiders, give them
Yeah,
a
there's
little
no,
scare.
it's their only shot. Yeah, I actually that's actually a good point because like if they know, I think they'll start to get really desperate. Even though I don't know, desperate would imply that they're like a well coached, motivated team, and that's not them. So
No,
they might just roll over completely.
they could definitely roll over. I mean, and like as we saw, it's like the most Jets way to lose that game where you just all out blitz when like everyone prevents. Like, are you? That was so dumb. Rex Ryan was calling the dumbest call ever. He wouldn't have made that call. He was saying that on like Get Up this morning. But yeah. So besides that game, which is probably gonna be a loss, they're officially 0-16. They play at Seattle, at LA, home against Cleveland, and then again at New England. New England just won by
Yeah, it's a
45
tough
points.
schedule.
Yeah, they're 0-16.
Yeah, that's why I thought the Jets were a really good bet this weekend because
Mhm.
like they're looking at the schedule and they're like, okay, the Raiders are probably their Raiders at home, probably your best shot for a win in there. And now it's like, do you think Trevor Lawrence will do the think he'll stay if he's like, I can't go to an 0-16 team? Or do you
No,
think he'll do it?
Trevor Lawrence is going to go to the NFL probably,
I think he'll
and
go
he seems
too.
like the type of guy that would be like, "I'm going to take on the Jets job with
Yeah.
dignity. I'm going to do it with pride," and then probably do a good job,
The
realistically. But
Jaguars would be so much cooler than the
that would be
Jets.
cooler.
I just rather that happen.
What if? What if you could? What if the Jets did some type of crazy trade? Like, what if you could trade your first pick and Sam Darnold to somewhere for like a solid QB, some other picks. I don't know. Like I don't know why you do that. Like what if they could just like do
Yeah.
something? It's like if
Just trade like basically trade Trevor Lawrence for some teams like next 10 first round picks.
yeah,
Like something
exactly.
like
Just
that.
trade
Yeah.
it for your next Super Bowl. But
Yeah.
dude, I don't like I some people are gonna hate this, but Sam Donald's not that bad to me. I don't know why I think this, but I think he's the type of quarterback that if you don't put him in a garbage, fire, terrible system, he'll do something. He's not going to put up numbers like Patrick Mahomes or anything like that. But like you could see like a Derek Carr, Ryan Tannehill, Kirk Cousins level of quarterback in the right system with Sam Darnold,
Yeah, I don't
and
think
this
he's
is
an
all based off of his running touchdown. It was
yeah, oh, that
very
was
good.
sick. No,
It was
that'll give you like 10
that
more
got me
games of
going.
like this guy could do it
This guy
for
can do it.
sure.
He
Yeah.
definitely built in a little space.
Yeah, I don't think he's an 0-16 quarterback, but
Well, he
like
was out. Maybe he'll
yeah,
win if he's
no.
out.
True. And like last year, I think
Definitely
they
not.
went like what was it, like 7-2 with him. when he was in the
Really?
lineup last year with that. Yeah, they had a really good record with him. But then he missed most of the season with mono, so he's kissing chicks. But yeah, I mean, I think he's definitely like that's like his ceiling is like he dreams about being Kirk Cousins one day.
Yeah, he's
Like,
like a slightly less Kirk Cousins. Maybe he'll have one of those seasons where he like goes off, possibly in
yeah,
the future, like no time soon.
yeah, he's not like a guy like when Deshaun Kaiser was the quarterback in the 0-16 Browns. Like everybody knew the second they drafted their guy, he was like gone,
Not
like
it.
out of the league. Like Sam Darnold, and he didn't. Deshaun Kaiser wasn't out of the league, but Sam Darnold, I feel like might get a chance to start somewhere else, and if
I
not,
don't think Sam
like
Darnold's
be
a
a
backup.
respectable backup. Yeah, I don't think so either. I think he's better than that. That draft
Yeah.
class is so crazy though. Like just the range. Everyone thought Darnold was going to be the best guy, despite Baker going first. Baker's like okay. Then it turned out
Yeah,
like
we don't really
Josh
know
Allen
about
and fucking
Baker.
Lamar were the best too. Like who would have thought?
Yeah, I feel like Sam Darnold really got screwed over. Like
Yeah,
if
not
he
as bad
was
as
in
Josh Allen or Josh Rosen. Out of that draft class, Josh
that
Rosen
was
definitely got fucked the worst.
so funny. I'm gonna remember everyone that went before me. And then
Yeah,
next year he's out of Arizona in Miami. Miami drafts two into the next year. Like
yeah,
is he still in the league? Like what
yeah. He's
happened?
backing up Brady in Tampa Bay.
Is he actually?
Yeah, but I think he might be the third stringer.
He's definitely the third string. Josh
Yeah.
Rosen.
Yeah, I feel like I show no like empathy for anyone who
I
believes in
don't
that
have any.
guy because like before the draft, he was literally saying like, yeah, like football, it's not like my passion. It's more of like a job for me. It's like I'm into tennis. Like, all right, like you're a fucking weirdo. Like, just don't play.
Yeah. Dude, that's I'm gonna remember all. But didn't he get drafted like 10th? Like still
I think
respectable.
seventh, yeah,
Seven.
maybe
Like
10th,
and like
maybe yeah.
when you have that big of a chip on your shoulder for going seventh, you have some weird ass attitude problem.
And he clearly didn't have that big a chip because he just failed.
He was
He
terrible.
probably just said like he probably just like thought like this will sound cool, but then didn't mean it at all. Like I bet if you asked him now who went in front of him, like, I don't fucking know. I suck.
Yeah, it's
God.
only cool like when you have like the Draymond Green who's drafted in the second round and can name like 40 people that went before him. And like he deserved to be able
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah. He fucking proved himself.
All right, what game we got next? Browns. You want to talk about the Browns? Not the Browns, the
We did
Bears.
talk about the Browns. Yeah, we can talk about the Bears.
All right.
I mean, my take on the Bears is like if I was a Bears fan, I'd actually be pretty excited looking forward because you kind of have the bones and the infrastructure. I hate that I use the word infrastructure,
Infrastructure.
but
Where's the
they
infrastructure? Their coaches are terrible. They're probably all
no,
gonna get
that's what I'm
fired.
saying. In terms of the roster, they have like the I don't I was gonna say composition, but I just sound like a dork. They have the
No, go for
makeup.
it.
They have the makeup of a
Infrastructure and composition of a
yeah.
good team.
They do. And like they are skill position guys. Like Allen Robinson's really good. I think they have some nice
What are they?
complementary
Isn't there a guy
pieces.
named Mooney, rookie
Yeah,
wide
he's pretty
receiver?
good. Anthony Miller, he's good. And then their defense is still sick. So like
Yeah.
you're just crossing your fingers like coach and quarterback and you can just sell yourself like you basically get to know like we have a completely fresh start, but it's not like a rebuild fresh start. Like we have a fresh start with a chance to be good with just new people. Like you can go into
And
free agency, get a guy. Like what if they got Sam Darnold would suck as a bear. Um
dude, I was
I
gonna
don't know.
ask, what do you think? Do you think Sam Donald put in the Browns right now with Baker? Like, do you think if they reversed roles, the Jets would be better, the Browns would be better, they'd both be the same, or do you think the Sam
I
Donald won't be able to make it with the Browns either?
I think Baker Mayfield's better than Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold still like he has no talent, yeah, but he still does. He'll make multiple throws a game where you're just like, that was so stupid. I think he's better than Mitch Trubisky, but not that much better. I don't know. I think he's like that level guy, like a Mitch Trubisky, a Sam
Dude, and then
Darnold.
for Mitch, like you hate to see it. Like he's done I feel like he's done nothing wrong. So like I have no hate towards him.
Well,
And then
he
like you
he
see
did blow this one.
no, that's what I'm saying. And
Yeah, yeah.
then you see him like play like he's a serviceable quarterback, not making that many mistakes, and he just lost. He fumbles it and loses the
Yeah.
game. Like
But he's another guy though. Like, yeah, he can maybe win you a game, but he's so stupid out there sometimes. Like he'll do this thing multiple times a game where he'll roll to his right and then like he'll just be rolling, rolling, rolling. He'll be like 4 yards behind the line of scrimmage. See nothing's downfield. So what do you do if you're a good quarterback? You're
You're
right
right.
on the sideline.
Just go. Run out of bounds.
Yeah, throw the foot. No, you don't do that. That's what he does. He just runs fucking
Oh,
4 yards
that's
back.
why I'm not a QB.
Just throw the fucking ball away. He'll just literally just like he'll be right on the sideline instead of just like throwing it like out of bounds four
So give it
feet.
a little
He'll just
toss.
yeah, that's all he has to do. He just steps out, just self sacks.
What a guy. What a guy. Dude,
Sucks.
Matt Stafford, though, the guy. Free Stafford. Let him throw. Get him off the lines. Carved him up for 402 yards. You
Largest
love to see that
quarterback
out
in
of
the
Staffy.
NFL. Yeah.
Yeah, but for a Bears fan, if you were a Bears fan, do you think it would be better for you or worse for you that you still have a chance to go 9-7 or 8-8?
I
Like, would you
mean,
rather the
no, I
season just
think
be canceled, or would you be like, we still have a shot at making these playoffs?
no, I think they know. I think most Bears fans know. I think it's a
But like, you could
running.
know, you could be like, we're out, but then you could go and win next week, be 6-7, win the following week, be 7-7. You're like, shit. Like, don't
I
do this to
think
me again.
the fact that they know is like I think they're okay. They're basically mathematically eliminated. It's like the Cowboys could technically win out and go fucking 8-8 and contend for a wild card spot, maybe the division, but I know it's not gonna happen. So it's just like, yeah, I don't really
The
give a shit.
Cowboys are 4-7,
No, they're
or
3-8.
they're 3-8. I guess.
Yeah.
No, they're
Yeah, like
gone.
they could.
But
It's like a,
what about like Cody Parkey on the Browns right now? I think he's on the Browns going 7-7. How do you think that makes the Bears fans feel right now?
yeah, they probably just every time I see a kick at Soldier Field at night, I just think like doink. That's all you can think
Pain,
whenever there's a fucking kick.
doink, pain, straight pain. Like there's no other feelings to
That I
have.
think that was a play that just like ravaged the franchise. Like
It
it's one
definitely
of those
was.
ones how like the 28-3, just like the Falcons never came back from it. Like the Bears just until like coach and quarterback are gone, they just won't be the same.
That was 2018, right?
Yeah.
Mr.
Well,
Trubisky
technically
probably,
2019, I think, like
but like
January
that year,
2019.
you
Yeah.
had
Yes.
Nagy Coach of the Year. Mr. Trubisky was looking awesome, and
Yeah.
you have
Pro
Cody
Bowler.
Park, little Cody Park. He misses the field goal, gets cut from the franchise. Franchise is just downhill ever since.
Yeah, it was. And I mean, I think we still knew Trubisky sucked that year, but he was serviceable enough with how good the defense was. And
Weren't they like
then,
10-6? Why is
yeah, they
ten and
were,
six
but
ringing at me? Yeah.
I don't know, maybe even better. I don't know the exact record, but they won the division or I don't know. They won the division or what? They were a good team, but no, they won the division. And but we all still knew like, Mitch fucking, he's not the guy.
Maybe. We don't know. A lot of what ifs. A lot of what ifs are getting left on this little podcast here. Before we go into anything else, a couple final NFL thoughts. After week 13, is the MVP race kind of just a two-man race with Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes?
I'd say it's a one-man race. Like Patrick
Just
Mahomes is, yeah.
I don't know, but dude, if you put their stats up next to each other, Aaron Rodgers might have more touchdowns, he more total. I don't know. There's a case to be made for Aaron Rodgers, like for sure. I'll try to pull it up. Like I
The
was looking at it.
line is they don't have a line right now. Fuck me.
Why
I
is
know
the
going into this week, Mahomes was like minus 400 to win, and I mean,
really?
yeah,
Hold on. ESPN had to have posted this. Yeah, it is. Okay, so Aaron Rodgers, 37 total touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 3,476 total yards, 69% completion percentage, 69%. Patrick Mahomes, 33 total touchdowns, 2 interceptions, 4,056 total yards, and a 68% completion percentage. And they
yeah,
are 11-1, and Green Bay is 9-3. But like,
yeah, it's done. Patrick Mahomes is minus
it's
500.
over, done.
Aaron Rodgers doesn't win. Nobody wants to give it to him. He's just not like a fun guy to give it to. And also,
I'm telling you, if you look at them, he looks like he's having so much fun. He was dapping up Jalen Hurts, dapping up Carson Wentz. Legit, like normally you're like, oh, Aaron Rodgers might be a standoff guy. He was legitimately like talking to these guys. He's flexing, dancing in the cameras when they all score.
aren't they
Touchdown.
like a week removed from losing to the Colts?
Who, the Green Bay?
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Why does
I
that
think they
matter?
did. Because
No,
it's
no.
just like,
Green Bay got sauced by Tennessee last week.
oh no, excuse me. They're 2 weeks away from losing to the Colts.
2 weeks
They're
ago.
beating shitty teams though. Like, yeah,
Dude, everyone's beating shitty teams though.
yeah, but it's like, I don't know. Like what's their best win this year?
Green
Green
Bay?
Bay. Yeah.
What's their
Like
schedule?
their most like impressive win. The Saints probably early in the season, like week 3, they beat the Saints. That was a good win.
It's a great win. 10-10.
Yeah.
The Saints
Lost to
already
the
clinched a playoff
Buccaneers.
spot.
Got clowned
Buccaneers.
by the Buccaneers.
Buccaneers were like Buccaneers had their games where they were dirty. All right, so
Yeah.
they've beaten canceled. Beat the Vikings, Lions, Saints, Falcons, got sauced by the Bucks. Texans lost to the Vikings. Wow.
Remember that game?
49ers,
Dalvin Cook
Jags,
scored like
lost
4
to the Colts.
touchdowns.
All right, so yeah, they don't really have great wins, but they haven't really played that many teams.
The Packers are a classic, just kick the shit out of every bad team they play team. And then when they play a good team, if they like Aaron Rodgers has no fight. We've seen it time and time again.
No, I'm an Aaron Rodgers guy this year. I'm hopping
they'll
on the
play
Aaron
the
Rodgers train.
Titans week 16. So that'll be a
16?
fun game. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I just
Dude, the Steelers Cleveland game, the final Sunday of the year got a 1 o'clock game. 1 o'clock. And I don't even know who's
that
Sunday
schedule
night, but
always moves around though. Because
gotta be a
they always
Sunday
move
night
that
game.
week around because like if there's implications, they'll all like put the games with like similar implications at the same time. And then if there's like a division title online, they'll put it Sunday night. So you can't look at like the timing now. I know because the Cowboys lost like 4 fucking division titles in week 17 in a row.
On Sunday night.
Yeah. They
Yeah,
did
won't
it.
be
I
back
think
there
to
this year,
every
so that's
team.
good.
The Giants, they lost to one time. The when they were the Redskins, they did that. The Eagles, the Eagles one was brutal because fucking Kyle Orton was the quarterback, and he was driving on a game winning because Romo got hurt, and he threw a pick on the fucking like a minute left in the game.
Damn.
Lost it.
Wow.
Just ruined.
Wow.
Listen, there's the prime Garrett days, man. I miss that guy. They would not be this
He's
bad if
doing
they still
well
had
on the
Garrett.
yeah, not at all. He's doing well with the
Yeah.
Giants right now.
Yeah. Mike McCarthy fucking sucks. I hate that guy.
He's so bad. All right, let's transition. We got some shower thoughts today.